Ever wonder why some businesses run like well-oiled machines, while others look to be idle, like they're twiddling their thumbs, like not much is going on? Well, that's where capacity utilization comes in. It's all about how efficiently a business is using what it's got, whether that's machines, people, or space. Imagine you own a bakery. You've got ovens ready to go, staff ready to bake, and the ingredients ready to use to bake 8,000 loaves of bread a week. But for some reason, you're only baking 5,000. That's a lot of untapped potential in your business. And this is exactly what capacity utilization measures. It measures how much of your available resources you're actually using. And the goal is to hit that sweet spot where you're using the maximum amount of resources you can to make the most products you can in the most efficient manner without stretching yourself too thin and overutilizing what you've got. Too little and you're wasting resources, but too much, you risk burning out staff, overloading machinery, and reducing the quality of the products that you produce. Now let's look at how you actually calculate capacity utilization. The formula is pretty simple. It's your current output divided by your maximum possible output times 100. And this gives you your capacity utilization as a percentage. So in our previous bakery example, you're producing 5,000 loaves, which is your current output, but you could be producing 8,000 loaves. That's your maximum output. So your current output of 5,000 divided by your maximum output of 8,000, times that by 100, and you get 62.5%. This means that your bakery is running at 62.5% capacity. So you're underutilizing your resources. Because if you were working at 8,000 loaves, that would be 100% capacity. But is underutilization a bad thing? Well, it depends. When a business is underutilizing its capacity, like our bakery example, they're not making the most of the resources that they've got available to them. The big problem is that fixed costs like rent, salaries, and equipment don't magically disappear because you're not making as many loaves. They stay the same, which means the unit cost of each item is now higher as those fixed costs are spread across less loaves of bread or less units, which then eats into the business's profits. But on the flip side, there's also room to grow. You can take on more orders, launch new products, or even rent out some of the space that you're not utilizing. And you can actually grow the business without having to invest in new locations, more equipment, and more staff to increase production. On the other hand, there's overutilization. This is when the business is working flat out and producing as much or more than is actually physically capable. Imagine the bakery making 8,500 loaves. It's going above maximum capacity and churning out loads and loads of loaves of bread. This can result in burnout for your employees, the machines start to break down, and quality starts to fall. And this just isn't sustainable. But it's not all bad news. It shows there's actually a demand for your product. And maybe it's time to up your capacity by buying more machinery, employing more staff, or opening new locations to help handle this increased workload and demand.